Hey guys, welcome back to what is hopefully the best hunt of this year, the rut. Even though it's the rut, conditions are not all that great. It's about 70 degrees and it's on and off rain this entire week. That being said, the rut is the best chance to get a buck. They're not as alert, they're usually up and much more active, they'll move all parts of the day. As long as you have does present, that's what's going to draw them in. I like to think that I'm a pretty patient hunter and I usually wait to get a little bit nicer deer, something that's not too young. And besides that massive 8-point I saw, there has been a lot of great deer around. I've seen a lot of 4 points, a few 5s, 3 points, lots of spikes, but nothing's really caught my eye until yesterday. I actually had a 7-point come in the back of the patch, and I really couldn't tell how big this rack was, so once I got the camera out and I started filming it, I realized it was a decent deer, and gave it about 10 minutes, and I just watched it, and I let it walk. I don't know why I decided on that, I just did. Well, going back, looking at that footage, is it the biggest rack? No, but it is more meat on the table. It's a pretty decent deer, and I've seen 10 or 12 bucks now. It's time to get one when it's this close to the end of the season. So hopefully if he comes in today, I want to be able to get him. I tried to go hunting this morning, but unfortunately everything is completely flooded down there. So regardless of whether I have the boat or not, it doesn't matter at this point. Everything's just too far underwater. But I've been hunting behind the house, and I thought that this was the week of the rut. I could be mistaken. I've seen plenty of smaller bucks. That 7 is the largest I've seen, but still no big bucks, not really anything to shoot at. And that really surprises me, considering the time of year and everything. But also, with this water being really high, it should push those deer up to these hills where we are. I don't know what to think right now. So I guess I'm going to go back here. I want to sit this afternoon, hopefully have plenty of does come in, because that is like live bait during the rut. And hopefully this cold weather just came through will help kind of initiate the rut as well, possibly. But if it doesn't, I'll be up here next weekend and hopefully do a little bit more hunting. Just got back to the house and got my first chance to look at the footage. And unfortunately, if there was ever an instance for myself where a camera could not record at a bad time, this was the worst possible time for me. I usually only get one big buck a year, and this year I just missed the footage for it. Uh, I've been running these Samsung Evo SD and micro SD cards for a year and a half, 2 years now. Never had an issue with it. For whatever reason, a minute before I ended up harvesting this deer, the file ended up becoming corrupt in the middle of recording. I've never had this issue before. I was running about a 3 or 4 minute clip as I was waiting for that deer to get in position for a good shot, and the file ended up becoming corrupt about a minute before the shot was taking place. So I greatly apologize to y'all about that. There's not much I can do. I will be looking at some more micro SD cards and SD cards, but for the time being, we're just going to have to accept it and move on, and you're going to have to enjoy the GoPro 8 footage. I just shot that nice 6-point that came in, and right now I'm giving it about 15 minutes. He dropped like a rocket first, and after about a minute he slowly got up, started crawling his way back behind the field. So I'm just going to give it a few minutes. He's not going to go far, and once that happens I'll go back there and find him. Well, here he is. Not a massive deer, but still plenty of meat on him. He'll put some food on the table. Looks to be a 7-point. I thought he was a 6-point, but looks to be little decent 7, nothing massive, but I'm super happy with that. While I'm very happy with this deer, I'm a little upset with myself about the shot placement. This rifle is my granddad's Browning A-bolt, and this is my first time ever hunting with it, and it's the first time it's been shot in 15 years. Definitely need to take it to the range, make sure that it's on, it's dead sighted in. I may have shot a little bit to the left, I'm not too certain. Fortunately, with that 270 140 grain bullet, puts quite a wallop on these deer, so he did not suffer too much, fortunately. So it could have been much worse, but I do need to do better as an ethical hunter in the future, certainly. Wasn't too bad. Fortunately today with that buck, I am now full, my freezer is stocked, I'm good to go. So now it's going to be strictly much larger, mature bucks. Don't get me wrong, he's a really nice deer, but I want an absolute monster if I actually did get the rut a little bit early and it just started. He was going in there and he was going absolutely crazy for those does. So maybe it just started very recently, maybe it started today with this cold snap, I'm not too certain, but I'll definitely be up here next time to check it out. Well guys, that's it for me today. I do hope you enjoyed today's video as well as the Browning A-bolt, and if you did, please make sure to share, like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.